You're taught as a parent, you must have honest dialogue with them. Honest dialogue. First of all, I did not grow up with dialogue. I grew up with monologue. Like my mother told us shit, we went and did it. And also, you never told your mother what you wanted or what your hopes were. Honest. Teenagers can't handle the truth. You know, I know this because my daughter, she's a teenager, she came home from school and said, "Mom, what if I'm depressed?" And I was like, "Well, have you been looking at your math grades?" Because then, yes, and frankly, you should be. Not the right answer. Oh, and honest, she came to me and said, "Mom, what if I'm gay?" I was like, "What if?" She said, "No, how will I know?" So I was like, I need to tell this kid the truth. And I said, "Well, listen, you're in an all-girls school. You kind of won't know. You just feel gay for a while."
Back to my hotel, I rang my mum up. It's like, "Hey, Mum." I said, "No pun intended in court today. You'd have been proud of me." I look real clever. She said, "Did you say no pun intended at the end of the sentence?" I went, "I said it at the top." She went, "Right. That does sound like you knew fully well you were headed into a pun. I did very little to change course. Therefore, the pun was fully intended, James." What I learned from those two experiences is if you make a pun in polite conversation, people will hate you more than that time you openly defended murder.
Even my favorite scary movie, Freddy Krueger, right? Freddy Krueger by himself is not that scary. You know, pink dude with his old Navy sweater, like, shut up, Freddy. Ain't nobody thinking about you. Like, get out of here. You look like chewed up gum, Freddy. But what makes Freddy Krueger scary is what? The little white girls jumping rope. Remember that? 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5. I get scared just thinking about it, right? And people are like, "Damn, why you gotta make it a racial issue? Why it's gotta be white girls?" Let's be all the way real here. Okay, it wouldn't have that same effect. Right, with black girls, you can see Keisha and them on there, you know, double dutching and shit. Hey, his name is Freddy. Yeah, man, he's Freddy. Yeah, that's when he's ready. Yeah, you better be ready. Yeah.
37 years old, which is great. I love being 37. I love getting older as a woman because I'm aging out of serial killer range rapidly. Huh? You guys paying attention to serial killers? Every time I read an article about them, they're like, he murdered 18 to 24-year-olds. And I'm like, it's too bad, right? Unless there's an outlier, you ever read those and then they're like, and this one 93-year-old. I'm like, oh my God, she must have looked incredible. Can we get her skincare routine in the obit? Yeah, murderer wanted her skin. I want to know what she's using on her face for retinol, huh? Hot.
My mum and dad both so worried about me growing up in this country, they gave me a secret weapon, right? Don't worry, it's not something I'm now going to detonate, all right? My first name is not Romesh. Romesh is my middle name, right? My first name is Jonathan, right? Go fuck yourselves. All right, but it is Jonathan, all right? That's what it says on my birth certificate. Now, I didn't know that because when I was at home as a little kid, my mum and dad called me Romesh. Do you know the first time I found out what my name was my first day at school. Your first day at school is difficult enough as it is, right? Without finding out you've got a secret identity.